Yesterday morning, I woke up at 4. The night before, my alarm was set with my camera not far from it. That night, 2 nights ago, I convinced myself that this 4 a.m. would be an everyday thing. Today, I woke up at 1:30. No alarm, no camera. Turns out, yesterday wasn't an everyday thing. Yesterday morning, I thought I'd be tough enough to work out again in the evening. However, when it came, it convinced me that rest would be better. So after school, I decided to take a nap before the workout. I was in bed at 5:30 p.m. I didn't wake up again until 1:30 this morning. And as it turns out, a daily motivational video every day at 7:30 a.m. wasn't an everyday thing. At least, not yet. But I knew that. I knew I'd hit some bumps. I knew I'd have some struggles. But it's a formula. It's a formula I'm trying to figure out. When I'll solve it, I don't know. But I know I will. And there's a difference. There's a difference between if and when. I don't know how long it will take me to get my goal, but I know that I'll get there. And there's something about day 2 that's more important than day 1. Because on day 2, you prove it wasn't just a fluke. On day 2, you prove that it wasn't just talk. You prove you're here to dance. On day 2, you prove that you have the strength to press through, to push through. With an aching back, you find the strength that you know you have inside. To push the weight you would when you felt like it. Day 2 is much more important than day 1. Because I have a lot of knowledge to share, and I gotta get back up every day. Finding different angles. I stare at different ceilings. Every day is different. Not every day is day 2, but today is. Today, I continue. I press through. When my arms shake, when my mind shakes, I go. And to what extent my back is hurt? Well, only I can ever really know that. Only I can live in my body. Only I can feel what I feel. You see, hanging has a lot of benefits. It can decompress the spine and give your body time to heal and strengthen at the same time. I call it active recovery. I find ways to strengthen my mind while I strengthen my back, and at the end of the day, I come out stronger. This is like a test run. What limits can I push, and what limits can't I? I take movement patterns that challenge me, but are safe. And while some doctors will say rest, I'll go. At 4:13 a.m., I'm moving on to my calves. And I don't have the formula for big calves yet, but I think it has something to do with hard work and not giving up. And when I started this journey, I simply wanted bigger legs to quiet down the memes about me skipping leg day. And slowly those days went away. Slowly I made my way to hitting legs every day. Not because I wanted them to be bigger, but because I knew they would help me jump higher. And I don't mean that physically as much as I mean that mentally. I've scraped myself. I've bumped my knees. But I've always tried one more time. And I've always gotten one step higher. And now I find myself jumping higher heights than I did yesterday. What I was doing, as high as I was jumping, it wasn't my max. Every day now, I'm jumping just a little bit higher. But it doesn't mean that every now and then something doesn't get in my way, that something doesn't hold me back, that I don't need to make space where it wasn't before. When I move that, when I cleared the distraction, I realized the jump was always possible. That the only thing in question was whether or not I got rid of the distraction. I'm not a personal trainer. I don't have a degree in exercise science, and I'm certainly not a nutritionist. No, I'm just a high school math teacher. But then again, I'm just a high school math teacher. And if it's one thing that I've come to understand and know about life, it's that every day has a different formula. Every person has a different formula. And dance is a part of my formula. For me, dancing took courage. I mean, it's one of the best ways to put yourself out there to be criticized. And from as young as I can remember, I'd convinced myself that I was too busy enjoying other activities at the party to dance. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with socializing with family and friends, having a nice slice of cake, and the occasional visits to the photo booth. But deep down, I wanted to dance. I think deep down we all want to dance. And I learned that whether or not people like the way I dance, I'm gonna dance. I'm far behind schedule at this point, and I find myself mad at myself because seemingly I won't follow through with what I said I would. That the 7:30 a.m. motivation wouldn't happen today. I start to accept a defeat in battle early. I make one last move to the parallettes, accepting that the video won't go. That this content, this footage, well, I don't know what I'd do with it. Maybe it was for nothing. Maybe it was a waste of time. But then I remember that I knew that this would happen. Or maybe not exactly this, but I knew that the bumps would come. But I ask you to remember something for me, that taking a small defeat early can lead to a bigger victory later.
Why don't you go ahead and press the record off button there. All right, so here I am at Wendy's. It is 9:33 and I'm on very early lunch. Since I didn't upload the video at the time I wanted to earlier, I figured I would take the opportunity to share with you guys what I get here at Wendy's. I've been coming here pretty consistently. Nothing wrong with fast food, you just gotta know what to get. So, I get the grilled chicken wrap, except usually they give you half of a chicken. I asked for the whole thing. I take it off, take the cheese off. Not that it's bad for you, but I try to save up on the carbs so that I can afford a candy bar later on somewhere in the day. Baked potato plain, no butter, no sour cream. But I do let myself get some chicken nuggets and water. Water for days. Water for days. With that said, I hope it gives you kind of some insight on what my diet's going to start looking like. Later on, I'll be posting videos about nutritional advice, so on and so forth, but this is a start.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I hope you enjoyed today's video. As I mentioned yesterday, every morning when I wake up, I'm immediately in teacher mode. And what I mean by that is I immediately start to think back on some students that I've had in the past or students that I currently teach. And I won't name every single one of them every day, but I will try to acknowledge and remind you that I'm thinking about you guys. So today particularly, I kind of went off of this idea that Alexis Barba had actually suggested some things and some adjustments. So Alexis, shout out, I appreciate you. And I went with that and I thought about his brother Gabe and his persistence and what you're doing out there, Gabe. Keep at it. Atsiri, their sister, I taught all three of them. Blessed, great family. Shout out to their parents. Then from there, I'll talk about two more students, DeAndre and Tiandra, also siblings, doing great things. I admire you guys for pushing through and doing everything that you're going to do. I look forward to seeing your progress and your success in the future. Stay in touch, guys. Stay at it. I'm out.